Yo, what up YouTube? In this video, I'll be going over why you need to be playing late game. Now, I have 3 different games total that I'll be going over, explaining my late game and how we played it out as a team. Really quick, I just want to show the new system for points. What you want to focus on at all times is getting top 5. What top 5 does is it gives you 45 points, and a lot of players or just a lot of people in general are in diamond or under. So if you're around the diamond range, you're spending 48 points, of course, to get into the rank lobby. So if you get 5th place, you're only losing -3, which is not that bad. And then whatever kills you get after that, of course, or in between that, you get an additional 5 points towards that. So it's always really good to focus on placement this season. Again, top 5 is your goal. 4th place is huge, and of course after that. But normally, whenever you're playing late game, you are getting a lot of kills when people rotating and stuff. So in this video, I'll be explaining that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and hopefully this video helps you out a lot, especially climbing the ranks of Apex, because it can be really difficult this season, especially with this map and how heavy third party it is. But if you don't fight, you don't focus on fights at all until the very end, you don't have to really worry about third parties. All right, as you guys can see, is pretty much top 7 situation. Now in these videos, I'll be skipping a lot through kind of getting to the fights. So what we need to be focusing on now is getting high ground. We got to this high placement. We really have not done anything at all. I have 200 damage total.
He's low. Hit him for 90 total.
Now it's all about, trying to get some KP and third party and people that are fighting and trying to get those zones. And these guys are outside zone. We're taking advantage of that. So far, I got 1 assist about to come up. Because again, we're focusing the same people at the same time. Make sure we all get kills. We got the assist right there.
Gibby hit hard or whatever it is. Broke him.
And now it's all about, again, trying to get KP. Everyone is trying to rotate in. They're panicking. There's no choice but this to run in head first, because these late circles, they start to hit pretty hard, and they just got to move. And a bad thing that we did here was just not watch our backside the entire time. But we have a lot of room to rotate with. We have Valk, we have Octane, we have Gibby, so we have good rotational characters. I didn't get any KP on this guy. They killed him himself. And, now it's just time again. Trying to get some damage off. I got some damage off right there. And now I have 2 assists. Now it's top 5. So, again, that's the goal, is you always want to get top 5.
I'm dead. Oh my god, how did I live?
And, again, that storm hits hard. My teammates almost died of storm.
Right here on
Right there at the very end. And right here, I go back off to keep our high ground. I force them back off. And right here, I'm about to realize that we need to fully rotate, and we need to get a different angle, because we cannot be holding this position because of how many other teams there are, and we really can't drop down. Even though, I really want this kill, it's not worth going down, dying for it, and getting third partied. I have 2 assists, perfectly fine. I'm not worried about them rezzing, because I know I can get all of my points late game. Skip forward some. So the reason why we're wrapping around is because I want to hold this angle up here with the mini map. Because if we get over here, we have to deal with the team that's the States, the team we're just fighting, and the team that's holding that building. So I know that this zone's 100% safe to take. Because again, we don't want to drop down there. It's just not good at all to try to fight that.
Guys.
So now we're forcing this team back into this building. We don't want to deal with them at all. And now we know that there's only, we forced that team away. They died pretty much. And now there's 1 solo. And now we're just holding our angle. I know I'm skipping a good bit, but again, these late games, it's a lot of standstill moments. And you're not going to be fighting a whole lot. It's a lot of poking and griefing a certain team. Alright, so circle's about to close in. We're about to capitalize on getting the solo out. Again, pretty much everyone's going to be focusing on solo, not just us. Other teams are as well.
No way.
Like 70 to raise, 1 of the raids. 1 of 3 on the witch raid.
And the other team got the other guy. So now we pretty much want to focus the middle team. Even though the team across from us, that's pretty much on the opposite end of us, is kind of a threat. My main worry is the team inside, because if the team outside starts aping us, this team's fully protected, so I want to keep annoying them pretty much, doing a lot of damage. We get 1 knocked. Oh, I knocked 1. I did a lot of damage with my nades and just peeking, but as you guys see, I'm not fully committed into that fight. There's no point yet, I want to knock one to get the other team kind of out of position, and that's exactly what we do here. We get a team out of position eventually because we keep poking the team inside, and the team outside so desperate for kills that they kind of overextend a little too much. And that's what you want to focus on. You know, you don't want to be that team that's hungry for kills. You want to be that team that wins. So he knocks one, and again, this team gets really greedy. They say they were fighting pretty heavy, so I'm able to knock one on the other team. I immediately ult on top of them, and now I can focus this team with my teammate, and we can take these kills for free. So we go in, absolutely dominate. My ult's popping off. My ult's able to knock the last guy that's from the middle team. Now it's all about me healing up, because I had to hurry up and rest somebody and deal with my ult at the same time. So we're able to fully reset, get those kills. I come up top, beat one, knock the other guy, and now it's all about capitalizing on this last team right here. Just aping right into them. Again, we use that advantage of them so hungry for kills against them. So you don't want to be hungry for kills and assists. You want to use that against other teams because that's what they're hungry for. In reality, you don't really need that this season. Alright, so that was the end of the game right there. Show a little bit of the kills and stuff. So again, I had max KP, and I didn't have that until 7 squads left. And, you know, 5 kills, 2 assists. All my teammates got max KP, and we vibed out the last bit of the game. So that's what you want to focus on the most. Alright guys, this one's kind of short, sweet, to the point. So I'm Lifeline. I didn't mean to pick Lifeline. I was kind of playing Mad Maggie, and Lifeline became my choice. Not intentional. But, you know, we're just constantly rotating. You know, I'm not really comfortable with this character, but I'm able to rotate with my team. We get lucky with these circles. We do have a Valk, but we don't need Valk anymore because we're going to play this zone and we get lucky with circle. But it's all about playing that zone and just make sure you're playing circle at all times. And we finally saw an opportunity to go ahead and third party because this team's running away from another team. And we go ahead and just cut them off. And that's a way to get free KP without, you know, risking getting third party or anything like that. So they use port. I'm able to get both guys with that, with my wingman. I'm able to hit 2 of them. And, you know, right there, I get 2 assists. So 2 assists, 12 squads left. And now we're literally doing nothing. I can literally skip through and show you guys that we're literally in the same building this entire time. Just nothing but in this building. Circle's closing in. We still have zone. So that's the main thing we're focused about. All these other teams dying. Like, yeah, it would be nice to go out and get the kills. But we really don't need that because we can get all the kills late game. And me playing Lifeline, it just shows that I went and got a care package, by the way. There's nothing in it, Spitfire. But me playing Lifeline just shows that you don't really need to be comfortable with whatever legend you're playing. As long as you're playing late game, doesn't matter your legend lineup. Like, we literally have Lifeline, Valk, and Mad Maggie. There's no Gibby on the team. There's no Bloodhound on the team. You don't really need those crutch characters pretty much to be doing this because, again, late game is the game to be playing. In these lobbies. So we're just constantly just vibing out, let people know that we're in this spot. Now we're at 5 squads left. As you guys saw, we did nothing until 12 squads left. We got 2 assists. Now we have to worry about a team on our backside. And that's the only team we have to worry about. They eventually get into the building next to us. But again, we're just watching our backs, watching everything around us. They start to rotate into this building, but we play safe. There's no reason for us like to ape this fight. Because if we push this fight, the teams outside of us are just going to ape us. 4 squads left. You do not want that to happen because then your chances of winning is out the window. And it's pretty much griefing both teams. So it's just a lot of us just poking. Making sure, you know, none of us get hit too hard. 3 squads left. Again, we're not doing anything. We are making sure that we're playing safe, playing in cover. Making sure these teams fight. Because, again, I have only 2 assists, 3 squads left. That's a lot. I already got plus 58. And I've literally done nothing this game. I got 400 damage. And I'm playing Lifeline. So it's just like a big example of if you play late game, you're going to gain RP no matter what you do. Skip for a little too far ahead. But again, it is all about... I'm a ballard. This is all about playing the right situations or right rotations, and we caught one of them off guard. Again, people are greedy for kills. They're going to overextend with their angles, and you got to punish them for that. So we punished them for that. I got the finish off from my teammate. So now that team's down a player. I know teammate got some solid stuns right there, so I know to go ahead and thermite it, and I start ticking right away right there. I throw some grenades. And I'm not fully aping them. Like, even though I extend out a little too far right here, I know that it's not a good situation. As soon as my shield's broken, I immediately go back into cover. And that's what you want to do. You want to play safe, and now these other teams are fighting each other. And we're just making sure that, you know, this team cannot recover from that. And now, you know, I have 1 kill, 2 assists. Last squad up now. And it's only 2 players. And that's one thing you always got to think about, too, is, you know, we're helping out the team that had the disadvantage because they only had 2 players. And we capitalized on the team that was full. Even though I didn't get really any KP for it, but it's fine. Now it's all about, you know, playing my legend. I know I should go for the assist really quick. I got them low anyway. And now it's coming back to capitalize. And we finish them off. And that's literally all you have to do is play late game. Focus the right teams. If a team has a disadvantage because teammate knocked one of the guys that we just killed at the very end. So I knew that was a duo. So it's best to focus the trio. You know, both teams focus the trio. I got a kill out of it. Huge. And I ended with 5 kills, 5 KP total, which is max KP. And it was a big gainage right there. So I got a free plus 202 RP because I'm in diamond. So 2 kills, 3 assists. You can't beat that for playing late game as a lifeline. So it just goes to show, it doesn't matter what legend you play, as long as you play the late game, you should be sitting pretty. Alright guys, last video. As you guys see, I already have KP, 5 squads left. It is a Rift zone, and Rift for me is an extremely hard zone to deal with. I find it difficult fighting in Rift because these buildings have a lot of windows, and if there's a lot of teams left and you're trying to rotate, or like if you're trying to hold a building and someone's trying to take over, it's just extremely hard to hold these buildings down, especially with third parties coming in. So you have to be extremely smart with how you take over buildings and also how you hold buildings as well. So right now we're just trying to figure out where we should go next. We're making sure there's no one in our backside because again, you don't want that third party and you don't want anyone coming behind you. So we cover our whole backside, and now we have this whole side to ourselves, and we know that. So now we can just pay attention to who's in front of us, what buildings should take over, and keep note exactly where everybody is. So we start moving forward here soon. Let's get forward a little bit. And as soon as we rotate over, we find out that the team that's up here only has 1 guy in it. Eventually, Tim will call that out, and our Bloodhound will scan it, and we'll see that there's only 1 guy in it, and that's a full team of 3 too. So it's very unfortunate for them, very good for us because that's a really good building to hold, and we want that building. So as soon as I see it's 1 guy, I immediately push up. I get beamed for it a little bit. So I go take a bat, but my teammates are still pushing. So I know I can easily just bat up as I'm rotating in. And now we have this building because only 1 guy was holding it down and his teammates weren't able to get to him in time. And now we have the best building in the rest of the whole game, honestly, for this zone at least. So what this building does is it protects us from the team to the left. Of course, we can make sure we hold them out completely. We're far away from the team that is fully up. And, you know, the solo can't grief us because, again, we have height on a building. So all I'm doing right now is holding the off angle. They want this building so bad that they go ahead and push up. And one of them got called off by themselves. And my teammates capitalized on it. And now it's about me making sure that there's no one pushing us. So that's why I turn around really quick to see if the third party was coming. We go ahead and get that thirst off. I start getting blasted. And there's no reason for me to stay up there. I immediately bubble, go down. Because that team's not going to push. There's no reason for them to push. They have a good building themselves. And now I know that's only a team of 2 right there. So I know I can hurry up and heal freely. And now I'm setting at 4 KP total with plus 65 RP. That's huge gainage already. And there's 4 squads left. And as long as you're not greedy for kills, like we're not extremely greedy for kills, we're just holding off teams, you're going to win these games. So make sure you're not playing for kills, playing for assists. Make sure you're playing for zone placement, and just make sure you have that good positioning. This right here is good positioning. So zone's closing in. This team is forced to go down the hill, and we punish them for it. We're able to get 1 kill right there. Everyone focus that guy, and the team from across actually gets the kill on him. But, you know, no big deal. 5 KP, max KP, that's huge. Now we have all the loot close to us. All it is now just making sure we're fully healthy, have enough ammo, which I'll ask for ammo eventually. But again, that team messed up because they only have 1 team protecting the building. And you always at least want to have 2 people protecting the building at all times. Because if you don't do that, it's going to get taken over extremely fast, and that's exactly what happened. Is we took over the building, one guy was holding it, we forced them out, and now they're stuck with just 2 people trying to push down the hill, which they should have just held this building because they were in zone. Yeah, that's what you have to think about, is you have to hurry up and be in the building before zone closes, because if you're late rotating in, you're just going to get beamed from 2 other teams, exactly what happened to them. By the way, I'm still have allergies, so I'm a bot word for that. Just saying.
There's a Volt here.
So again, all we're doing is just making sure we have enough loot. This team is rotating to the building next to us, like in front of us, and you know it's not good to rotate the building early because it's just the middle of everything, and it's a really open building. So right now we're just rotating around. I see that there's only one guy there, and the solo's to the far right. So this guy is currently alone. Again, it's not good to hold that building by yourself. That's separated from your team. And I'm going to use my ult in a very smart way, where I use it between him and his teammates, so his teammates really can't get to him in time, and we're able to fully push him without his teammates helping him out. So again, I use my ult to cut him off. My teammates are able to freely push because my ult doesn't damage them. I'm waiting a little bit until I finally push. I time it correctly with going down without getting hit by my ult. My ult cracks down on him.
Stay safe.
I throw a grenade to kind of like block off his teammates and maybe get the thirst. And now we're just playing safe. We know if they only have 2 players, there's no point in hurry up and rush them because there's only 2, because there is still a solo. And 2 players are still extremely good at the game, especially being late game. So don't ego anybody. It's all about playing safe. So now we have high ground. We know they're a team of 2. We know there's a solo. So we have the ultimate advantage of high ground and knowing that we have numbers over everybody else. So now all it is just pretty much just waiting it out. You know, waiting for zone to close. There's no reason to fully ape this team inside because, again, there is a solo still around. If 2 of us get knocked, it could cost us the game. So we're just waiting it out. Just keep skipping forward a little bit. And, again, we're just looting up. They finally just have to ash out because there's nothing else they can do, and we just capitalize on it. We just grief up. They're fighting the solo. The solo capitalizes, which no big deal. We have max KP. We don't need anything else. And now all it is pretty much making sure we all get KP. And we already have max KP, so we just go ahead and make her self-res since she got knocked from the other team. And we all got a shot on her. So, again, playing late game is huge. Make sure you're doing that always. Make sure you're sharing KP. Make sure you're not focusing on kills completely. And just play placement. So these were 3 perfect games to show, to make sure that you're just focusing on late game and not kills and assists, because you can always get max KP just by playing late game. As you guys see, I got under 1,000 damage. Didn't really do that much, but I got max KP off that, max RP, and that's just a big gain just from playing placement and not worrying about kills and assists. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully this video helped out a lot. Let me know in the comments below if late game's starting to help you gain more RP just by not focusing kills. And it also saves you from not getting third party, because if you're not fighting, you're not getting third partied. So make sure you're just playing strict late game. Make sure you have a good building, good positioning, good height advantage, and just vibe out from there. So appreciate everybody watching. Again, hopefully it helped out a lot. And see you guys in the next video. Peace.